The morning sun spilled through the tall glass windows of the Levington mansion, bathing the marble floors in gold. But amidst the silence of wealth and luxury, a scream echoed from upstairs, sharp, panicked, and human. When Mr. Levington rushed to his son's room, he froze. His new maid, a young black woman named Amara, lay unconscious beside his son's bed. The boy, pale and trembling, clutched her hand as if afraid she'd vanish. "Dad, please, don't be mad. She saved me," the boy stammered. "Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening." Just hours earlier, Amara had been wiping down the kitchen counters, quietly enduring the whispers of the other maids. "She won't last a week," one of them said. "The boss hates mistakes." But Amara didn't reply. She needed this job. Her little sister's hospital bills depended on it. That morning, she had been called upstairs to deliver breakfast to young Ethan, the billionaire's only son. He was frail, recovering from a rare heart condition. She knocked gently, then entered, only to find him gasping for air, eyes wide with panic. Without hesitation, she rushed to his side, tilted his head, and performed the CPR she'd learned years ago when her own brother collapsed in their village. She pressed his chest, whispering prayers through tears. Minutes later, Ethan took a shuddering breath, and Amara fainted from exhaustion. When Mr. Levington heard the story, his world shifted. For months, he'd dismissed Amara as just another maid, a name on the payroll, a shadow in his house. Now she had done what no one else could. She'd saved his son's life. But something about her face, even in unconsciousness, stirred a strange memory. That sharp jawline, those tired eyes. He felt as though he'd seen her before. Later that night, while waiting for her to wake, he went through her file. The name Amara Okoye caught his eye. Beneath it, a line written in small letters, "Father, Dr. Chike Okoye." The billionaire's breath caught. Dr. Chike Okoye, the man who had once saved his life 20 years ago in a remote African hospital after a helicopter crash. A man he'd promised to repay, but never did. When Amara awoke, she found herself in a soft hospital bed inside the mansion. Mr. Levington sat beside her, his expression unreadable. "You saved my son," he said quietly, "but that's not the only reason I owe you." Amara blinked, confused. "Sir?" He smiled faintly, sadness clouding his eyes. "Your father saved me long ago. I left that country and built my empire, but I never kept my word to him. I guess fate decided to remind me." Tears welled in Amara's eyes. "My father passed away years ago, sir. He never stopped talking about the man he saved, the one who promised to build a hospital for our village." The room fell silent. Shame washed over Mr. Levington. In all his success, he had buried that promise beneath greed and ambition. 2 weeks later, a quiet ceremony was held in Amara's village. Cameras flashed as a sign was unveiled. The Okoye Memorial Hospital, funded by the Levington Foundation. Mr. Levington stood before the crowd holding Amara's hand. "Today, I repay a debt of life, to a man of honor and to his daughter, whose courage reminded me what wealth truly means." The crowd erupted in applause. Children ran through the dust, laughing. For the first time in years, Amara smiled, not out of servitude, but pride. Ethan, healthy and grinning, tugged her sleeve. "Miss Amara," he said softly, "when I grow up, I want to be just like you." She knelt beside him, eyes glistening. "Then be kind," she whispered, "because kindness is the one thing even the richest man can't buy." That night, as the sun set over the new hospital, Amara stood on the balcony, wind brushing her hair. The same sky that once witnessed her despair now carried her father's dream. She closed her eyes and smiled. Fate had a strange way of keeping its promises, because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. And somewhere, beneath the same stars that had watched her faint in fear, it now watched her rise. in strength, in grace, and in peace. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispered Words. Every story here reminds us that no act of goodness is ever lost. It always finds its way home. Tell us in the comments, do you believe fate brings kindness full circle?